Before Linkin Park, I basically just made hip-hop music. I just basically produced beats for myself and my friends. And then once Linkin Park took off, I didn't really have any time to make any just straight hip-hop music. And eventually, a couple years ago, I started screwing around with some tracks. And those tracks eventually turned into this album. I really wanted my friends to be a part of this record because, it's an important record for me. It's something that I've been waiting for somebody else to make, and nobody's done it. So I figured, why not just do it myself? And it feels good to be able to say, when I make a record on my own, this is what it sounds like.
This is the only piece of gear in the studio that I actually have to start up.
Especially in the beginning, most of the songs were just experiments. I wanted to try out some ideas that I hadn't tried before. And once I had laid that groundwork down, I was ready to put some friends on it. I grew up drawing and painting, so it's easy for me to associate those things with the studio. It's like I go in with a blank canvas, and I have to experiment using the tools that I know work and mix those with the new ideas that I've never tried before in order to finish a project. Every detail counts. Kenna is the kind of friend who you can introduce to anybody, and they like him. He has a really unique voice too, so I had to put him on the record.
They're compressing the shit out of my voice and it's messing everything up, you know what I'm saying? We need to do something about it.
A little bit lower on that.
On a couple of songs, I started adding some keyboard choir melodies, and I really liked the texture of that, but there was a problem. The keyboard choirs just sounded too fake, so I ended up giving those tracks to a choir and having them sing the parts that I wrote to give a more fuller texture to songs like Slip Out the Back, Cigarettes, and Kenji. I've worked with a string group before on the Meteor album. Dave Campbell, who's the father of Beck, is a guy I know I can send my stuff to, and he can make it come to life with live strings. At one point, when we were recording the strings for Remember the Name, the string group was having a really tough time playing the main string part on the song because I had written it on keyboard, and it turned out that it was really tough to play on an actual cello. So we kept screwing around with all these different ways to do it and could not come up with something that sounded right. And after trying that for probably a half an hour, the string players in the group actually figured out a pretty amazing way to play it. They ended up splitting up the phrase, so each of them only played one or two notes, and their timing had to be perfect.
Dude, sick. That's it right there.
You sounded like a grumpy old man, struggling to make a laugh. Yeah.
I've known the guys from Styles of Beyond for about 8 years. Ryu is the kind of guy, he's got those one-liners that just make other rappers jealous. Tak has this swagger that nobody else can imitate, just in the way he does his thing, the way he is on stage, the way he rhymes. At the end of the day, these guys are one of the most talented up-and-coming groups out there, and they're one of the best examples of why the album's called The Rising Tide. The song Back Home is about the less publicized version of where we come from, Common being from Chicago and me and SOB being from LA. The version of LA that you usually hear about doesn't include Little Tokyo and Koreatown and Alvarado Street and the Valley and Pasadena. So we wanted to stay true to those things about LA. When Common came in to record Back Home, he played me his, at that point, soon-to-be released album, which was entitled B, and I played him tracks from my record. It was pretty funny because I think we spent more time kicking back and just talking than we actually did recording. Common's he's a pretty deep dude, and even though we don't agree on everything, we tend to have some pretty interesting conversations. After we got out of the studio, I had about 20 tracks that were potential album songs, so I got together with Brad Delson and Jay, two people who I can trust, and we decided which songs would make the final cut. I wanted to respect the retirement. Respect what you're doing now. So I figured that this way it keeps it on that, and it keeps the fans, it gives them something that they can. Jay as an executive producer, because I mean, plain and simple, the guy's brilliant. It's a weird kind of brilliant though. He makes these observations that may seem small or like you don't know why. You don't know where they fit in, but those observations a lot of times end up being the little things that help make or strengthen the foundation of your project.
Not 20. We're not putting 20 on that one.
No,
Yeah,
that's why we need you.
That's why we're listening
we
to
need you
him.
to tell
Okay,
us
okay.
which ones not to put on.
All right.
Because I can't.
We're trying to figure
I
it out.
can't
Here's
decide.
the
Right.
thing. I don't want to be. I want to weigh in on the decision, but I kind of like I figure I'll probably. You know, it's my record, so I have final say on it. Like creatively, I want to do that. But what I really want from you guys is to be able to get a reaction as far as what you think would make a good album. You know what I mean? Which songs to cut, which songs to keep.
Okay.
Because I know that your take is going to be different than Brad's. Because I know in particular there's at least 2 songs where you completely disagree.
Far, me and this guy?
Yeah, yeah. And that's
I
what's.
don't want to fight tonight. He's like, yeah. You want to-
I told you last time there was going to be beef.
yeah.
I told you.
Oh, that's right. We've been waiting for this for a while.
Your head that you want to, let me know about just any of it.
With the crystal method, name of the game. Came back, dropped Megadeth, took him to church. I like Bleach, man. Why you had the stupidest verses, dude, is the truth. Now everybody giving them guest spots and stocks through the roof. I heard you fucking with that stock. This is 10% luck, 20%
Hi.
skill.
Crazy.
Just like that your name's in there.
Oh,
I had to give you. I tell you, I wanted to get his approval on that line. I was like, I had to ask.
you like cool with that? You was cool with that? I was like, all right. Mix and master that one. Let's move on, man. That was my shit with that. That wasn't deep enough. Now it's there.
That's deep.
Yeah.
You did great on that.
Huh?
That's
Yeah,
so
nah,
good.
that shit's serious.
Yeah,
that was my shit.
I remember that was the comment you made originally was that you wanted to go deeper,
Yeah.
be a little darker.
I love the new sample and like the structure.
It makes it feel
interesting. It's
more
really-
emotional.
Yeah.
Okay. You got anything? You want us to do anything to that?
Nah, leave that alone.
Okay.
That's it.
This one. You ever heard it?
Hate it.
You ever heard this one?
I gotta play it for you.
How you doing, y'all? My name's Mike. I'm flowing with the new shit. I'm doing it all night. I like what I do. I do what I like. I can quit and get it. Bite, like stop. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet you. I go by the name. Yeah.
This is my favorite record.
I added in on this one. I got live strings. I think live choir is on this too.
And I love this rap game mainly because it's cool to add a little spice to the life you've been.
Hearing Jay say you've got a dope verse is like winning the lottery. If Hope says a verse is hot, you better make sure that verse is on your record.
I love that line.
You like that?
Huh?
You like that line?
Hell yeah.
Love the way they sound.
The song is called Where'd You Go? It's got a girl named Holly Brooke on it.
Holly Brook.
A lot of people write songs about being on the road, and nobody really writes songs about from the perspective of the people who they leave at home.
Right.
My wife has cried 3 times listening to this song.
Wow.
Yeah, she cries like every time I play it.
Wow. So we know you can't touch that.
Get some exclusive stuff going. Get one of the tracks from the record on there.
Get a 16
And then
bar
what-
from Jay.
The second part.
You can give me that. That's gonna be it. That's pretty good.
I'm just taking it in out the window of a hotel. Better again tomorrow.
Alright.
I don't know when I'll be back, but in this world everything can change.
I was looking out the window when that part came.
Just like that.
Cool.
Just like that.
Is that the record that you made?
Yeah.
There's nothing pop about that record. That's underground hip hop
Okay.
with big
I
sound.
feel that, but I'm saying-
with big sounds. That's what takes it over because the sounds are so big.
Right.
It's an underground. That's an underground hip hop record.
That's a good point.
So that's I mean, find it. Find it. Find where I went pop and criticize it. Where is it? Find it.
Hey. Okay.
If you want to open up big, that's the record. I'm just giving all the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Right? I mean, Cigarettes is my favorite record. That is the biggest record. I mean, I might be some stuff I didn't hear thus far. That's the biggest record I've heard. You agree, Brad? You agree?
Oh, hold on, pause this. This is the only one that I can't keep into consideration of taking it off the record. I have to have the
You
song.
mean the second one?
This one right here that I'm about to play you.
Nah, it's two.
Oh yeah. Okay, the other one.
Yeah.
This is the second one that I can't not have on the record.
How many are there, just so we know?
We've already gotten through most of them.
Huh, Mike?
This
Why are we here, huh?
Go ahead. I know. I'm just making your job different. I'm putting landmines out there to work around.
Cool.
This is about Japanese internment. That's why it's my dad's story.
Let me tell you a story in the form of a dream. I don't know why I have to tell it, but I know what it means.
Yeah, that beat is hard.
It's like that,
You haven't heard this one yet?
it's like that, y'all. Yeah.
This is my lowrider joint.
Reviewing the new shit before I
Ooh.
went masses, 'cause the first
That beat
thing
is
I
hard.
need when I got a new beat is to see how it like get this bitch earthquake and like
Uh-oh.
That's one of my favorite verses on the record. You like it, one?
Yeah, what?
I got a new vocalist on this one. I got Kenna and this guy named Jonah. We all sang, all three of us sang on it. I layered the vocal. It's crazy.
Huh?
I layered the vocal up. It's crazy.
Wow.
Like that. John Legend sang the hook on it though.
John Legend's on this now?
Yeah. I had him sing instead of me.
Huh?
I had him sing the part that I was singing.
Uh-huh.
I thought he'd sound better. He does.
So dude, we're really, Mike, does this list freak you out at all, or does it sound about right?
Let me just take it in real quick.
It's like you're telling him that his kids are no good.
Yeah, I know.
These kids are
You know,
doing
it's some of them
great.
some that he's attached, like
Yeah, yeah.
little
it
Bobby,
back. I moved
little
it back.
Bobby's.
Little Bobby's not good at reading.
We don't like little Bobby.
What do you mean he
Little
needs to
Bobby's
shower
gonna
more?
need to work.
My kid's not the dirty kid. Don't tell me he needs to shower more. He showers enough.
Now, in stereo, it is the best vocal performance on the album.
Thanks.
One of the hardest beats.
It's definitely probably the hardest beat.
Yeah. We needed some of that. That's why we came with Petrified and in stereo. We
Yeah.
needed some more. Something a little
I
heavier.
thought Be Somebody, I thought Lupe's verse was dope, but I
Yeah.
just thought the track was like
Right.
cool.
Right.
Well, that's kind of
Plus you
where
got
I...
Holly on there already. I mean, picking the good songs and letting the ones that aren't as good just be what they are. Maybe 13 is the new 14.
No.
You're gonna have.
Stop with the 12, man. I'm seeing through your 12 game.
It's not, dude. It's not a game.
You're playing the 12. You're
No,
playing the
it's
12
not.
game.
No.
That's a 12 game.
Get Me Gone is a
12
short
game.
record.
Listen to me. That you are doing the 12. You are doing a 12-song album. If you put a short song interlude and an intro on it, it's 12 songs.
Get Me Gone is
No,
its own
people,
thing.
fans are gonna see right through that. They're gonna look at it and they're gonna say that's 12 songs. All right.
What are you guys? You guys have been here the whole time. I mean, I know you're working the cameras, but you guys must have an opinion. You must be dying to
Wait,
weigh in on this.
McDermott.
No, I'm talking to the AV team.
Oh boy.
These guys, they're not rock stars. I try to get them to take vodka and all this kind of stuff. These guys, they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't even sit down.
These guys?
You guys have a seat.
They're like it'll see you got to tell them it'll be good for their work because the vodka will smooth out the camera motion.
Yeah.
There won't be so much of this. It'll just be ooh. But
Time.
No problem.
Much
and
appreciated.
one last thing, Brad, you're not really my A&R guy, and this isn't a real record. You're on Punk'd. Ashton, come out. Where is he? Anyway. Yeah, so we're good. We'll figure this out. I'll let you guys know. Yeah, thanks, Jay. It's good,
Great
man.
job,
It's
man.
good help. It's good
It's
help.
always a possibility. I know that Ashton could always be right around that corner. Executive
Yeah,
producer wants to make a toast.
I just realized that.
We'll make a toast to Mike.
Thank
Made
you,
a
Jay.
wonderful album, fresh, new. Sounds like nothing I've ever heard. It's a beautiful thing. And I know it's how should I say? I guess it's a nervous time for you to be out. You're stepping out and you're doing something different, but that's when the best things happen. I wish you all the best. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
Proud of you, kid. Cheers.
Water glass guys.
Cheers. Anybody else want to say anything?
Cheers. I think you said it best.
Okay, great.
After the record was done and the songs were picked, I had to figure out the artwork. I've been doing a little bit of painting lately, and I wanted the album art to be based around that.
This was a stencil from our Meteora art day. I've got like sketches that I use for Reanimation. There's the cover. Oh yeah. From Reanimation. This was a sticker from Reanimation, and I think the single cover. At one point when we were doing art for this Fort Minor thing, I just didn't like the fact that we weren't coming up with something like that looked different, and I have like my own little style, my own little thing that I've been working on, a lot of stuff I like to do that looks like this. So I figured I'd just get started on some sketches and come up with some things that, you know, maybe would work in the album. This type of thing turned into that, which I'm just getting started on right now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I haven't done perspective stuff since like college. A lot of these characters that I'm doing on this feel really similar to the stuff I did in my my DC shoe. The one that we gave the money to the scholarship.
That short European tour, I did the shows with Ryu, Talk, and Cheap Shot from Styles of Beyond, and a drummer named Beatdown that we found. He's this dude from Queens who he just kills it. And every night we played, we pretty much saw the crowd double during the length of our show. Like we'd show up at one point, and then by the end of it, there's twice as many people. Before the record was released, just like every time, it's time to make a video. We made a few of them actually, which was different for me.
So here we are. We got video shoot. Director Robert Hales. Song is called Petrified, and we are here at what looks like a paintball field, but it's not. It's there's some rail cars down here, some broken down buildings, and we're kind of doing this really rough style, kind of like black and white. Lots of action, lots of intensity, and cool compositions. Okay, so let's do this. Imagery I first thought of when I recorded the song, I think was the day after we did the vocals on the song. I really liked some old hip hop videos, like old EPMD videos, and old I remember Das Effect's first video where they were in the sewer and they were in the trains and all this stuff. Just felt like Petrified to me. It felt like that song. So I wanted to find a director who had a feel for
who could really establish the right kind of environment, who seemed to have a feel for creating consistent video and could really set a tone. And I like Robert's videos a lot, so you know he did a really great video for Jet. That probably is one of my favorite videos from last year, so that's why I gave him a call.
Petrified was one of my favorite ones to make because it was an overnight shoot and we got to play with fire, which is always fun.
As you can see, it's daylight out. We made it well past the 6 o'clock mark. It is past 6:30 in the morning. The balloon's leaving, the cars are leaving, we're leaving. It's over. After we eat.
Let's introduce the video maybe.
It's called, what is the song?
The Rising Tide is really about a tide group of people coming up together. That's what the name means. People have asked me why I have to put a name on the project instead of my name, or to make a reference to my friends in the name of the album instead of just letting it be about me. I guess it's just my nature to share the focus of my project with my friends, especially when they do such great work. But at the end of the day, The Rising Tide is my album. It was just me messing around with some tracks, trying to figure out who I was and what I sounded like as an individual. And really, I just wanted to show people that I was hungry, and I still am.